One night, an extremely pregnant woman had a very visceral dream. She was standing in a large barn lined with cooking kettles. As she checked the kettles, she saw that they were each filled with a different part of the lion's body. Without thinking, she ate every last one, concluding with the animal's head, which she put in her mouth whole. She woke with a start and was shaken right up until the delivery of her son, Isaac van Amburgh, a boy who would grow to become what people knew as the Lion King. Isaac Amburgh was born in 1808 in Fishkill, New York, and led a relatively uneventful life, if not for a few odd habits the growing lad seemed to have. Possessing some innate talent to bend the wills of animals to his own, he was known for using table scraps from his meals to make trained performers out of mice, rats, and cockroaches in the neighborhood. This interest in animals never seemed to fade, even as he grew. Anecdotal legend states that after reading the biblical story of Daniel in the lion's den, a young Isaac became obsessed with it and declared he would become a lion tamer. When he was 19, he got a job as a cage cleaner at the Zoological Institute of New York and first impressed the handlers there with his natural ability to deal with the animals whose cages he cleaned. After witnessing the spectacle, several handlers decided to put Amburgh on stage, showcasing his Stranger of the Beasts, having the young man train his animals in barns in the New York countryside. At age 22, Isaac Amburgh stepped inside a cage with his animals at the Zoological Institute, dressed in the garb of a Roman soldier. The sight was described by his biographer. The effect of his power was instantaneous. The lion halted and stood transfixed. The tiger crouched. The panther with a suppressed growl of rage sprang back while the leopard receded gradually from its master. The spectators were overwhelmed with wonder. Then came the most effective tableau of all. Van Amburgh, with a strong will, bade them come to him while he reclined at the back of the cage, the proud king of animal creation. Audiences were stunned and transfixed. Amburgh's shows were like nothing they'd ever seen before. The man commanded wild beasts as though they were puppies, and they heeded his word as though loyal. The unsavory truth of the matter was that Amburgh had a surefire way of securing such behavior from his animals. He beat them. Severely and usually with a crowbar or whip, until they were bloody and willing to comply with his insane requests, which included posing his lion next to a lamb as a physical representation of a biblical allegory. He would also force them to lick his boots, his reasoning very Christian in nature. Amburgh claimed that since God gave man dominion over beasts, it was considered a religious act for them to kneel at his feet. Never mind, he just beat them senseless with a piece of steel. Queen Victoria was so taken with one of these such performances, she asked to watch Amburgh feed his animals after the show. I guess beating animals gets royal chicks hot. Despite any backlash or criticisms, Amburgh was able to take his menagerie on tour and continue performing up until a fire killed most of his animals in 1868, which of course means he was actively abusing said animals for the better part of 35 years. Sadly, the fire was likely the most merciful thing those animals ever encountered. Now you know.